Good morning, researchers. This week you have been researching about Native American tribes by reading different types of texts and focusing on specific subtopics. Today we are going to learn about different text structures. Remember, researchers, when authors write about a topic, they focus on different text structures, such as description, sequence, compare and contrast, cause and effect, and problem and solution. Today, we are going to focus on one specific text structure when taking our notes. And that text structure is, oops, compare and contrast. Our goal for today is good readers and researchers recognize when an author is using compare and contrast structure in their nonfiction text to help them take notes. When we compare and contrast, we are looking for two different things, the similarities between two things and the differences between two things. When we're looking for similarities, that is what is same about two topics, where the differences are the differences between two topics. Let's take a look at some key words that we can use today when we are taking our notes when we are comparing and contrasting. So on the left side here, we have our similarities about keywords to help us with our notes today. So similar, similarity, although both. And on the other side, we have our other keywords for our differences. Different, on the other hand, they do differently. Today, I'm going to model for you how to compare and contrast two different Native American tribes. You have been watching videos about the Lenape Native Americans, so I'm going to be using that as our first tribe. And the second tribe that I'm going to use is the Navajo. The Navajo are located in the Southwest. Today I'm going to show you how I'm going to use different text to compare and contrast these two tribes. I am going to be using this Venn diagram to help me take my notes today. We've used Venn diagrams in the past, but as a reminder, when we use a Venn diagram, we are going to put the differences on the sides where each of the different Native American tribes are located. And the middle, we will place our similarities. You will have a copy of this Venn diagram either to print at home so you can write on it, or a copy on Google Classroom where you can type right onto the document on the computer. The subtopics that I'm going to focus on today for my research and writing in my Venn diagram to model for you are what the Native American tribes ate, their homes, and where are they now. So let's dive into our text to see what we can find out about our Native American tribes. Here I have a page or pages from a Get Epic book about the Lenape tribe. So here I'm going to read, which I already have, about the Lenape tribe, about what they eat. So I see in the heading it says, what to eat. The northeastern region, oops, of North America. The northeastern region of North America includes woodlands, the Atlantic coast, meadows, and more. Because of many environments, what Native American people ate depended on where they lived. Most groups hunted animals, gathered berries and seeds, and fished in nearby rivers and lakes. Those who lived on the Atlantic coast ate lots of shellfish. They farmed too. In the Northeast, corn, squash, and beans were three important crops called the Three Sisters. Near the Great Lakes, Native peoples farmed less because wild rice grew there. Hmm, that's interesting. So I know that the Lenape lived near the Delaware River in New Jersey. So I'm going to be focusing on the food that I would find in that area. And I think that they would be able to grow these important crops. So I would write that they have corn, squash, and beans. I also know that they're by a river because of the Delaware River. So I know that they fished and possibly berries and seeds too. Let's see what the Navajo had. So here I have an example of a text about the Navajo. Let's read to see if the Navajo are similar or different to the Lenape with the food that they eat. The Navajo were mainly farmers. Their crops included corn, beans, and squash. Whoa! I already see a similarity between the Native American Lenapes and the Navajo. They both grew crops such as corn, beans, and squash. That's really interesting. Let's keep reading. In addition, men hunted deer, prairie dogs, rabbits, and mountain goats. The women gathered berries and wild plants. Wow. So another similarity, they also gathered berries or different types of plants. Interesting. I also have another expert. The Navajo farmed mostly during the summer. The fields flooded with water, which helped the crops grow. The people also raised animals such as sheep and goats. They provided wool, meat, and milk. All right, so I want to add these similarities to my Venn diagram. So let's head over there now to see what I can add into it. So far, I've added both tribes grew crops such as beans, squash, and corn. I also noticed, oops, my tribe names are gone. The Navajo grew crops in the summer because of the weather. And I think that's because of the location of where they are in the United States. So they were in the Southwest, so they needed the summer to be able to have good, strong crops. Now that we found a similarity, I want to see if I can find a difference between these two tribes. Let's check out another piece of text to see if we can find some differences between these two tribes. Whoa, these houses look really cool. Let's read about them. Pueblo homes had flat roofs made of adobe stone and wood. The clay used in adobe helped keep the inside cool during hot days. On cold nights, it released the heat it had absorbed. South, south, Southwestern pottery is made of similar clay. Huh, interesting. I wonder, and I noticed that these houses are a lot different than the Lenape houses that we learned about. Remember, the Lenape live in what's called a wigwam, and the wigwams are made out of much different material than the clay that the Pueblo homes are made out of. Let's add that into my Venn diagram as two differences between these two tribes. All right, so we're back to my Venn diagram. So I'm going to add in the types of houses that the Lenape had. So we know that the Lenape had wigwams, and longhouses, which were made out of saplings. Ooh, this I can't spell. Saplings, tree, and animal skin. The wigwams and longhouses also had holes on the top to let the fire smoke be released from the home. Now, on the other hand, the Navajo, they had Pueblo homes, which were made out of clay, right? Also known as adobe. So now we have a similarity between our two tribes. I'll make presentation mode about what they ate, and we have a difference about where the two different tribes lived, what types of homes they lived in. Today, when you go and do your research and taking notes of comparing and contrasting, you are going to use the tribe that you were assigned by myself or Mrs. Traverson, and you are going to choose either one, well, let's stick with one other tribe that you want to compare with your tribe. The way that you're going to do this is you are going to use the Padlet links on the side over here. So you are going to choose a tribe that is not the one that you have been researching to find out if they have similarities or differences to your assigned tribe. So for example, if I was the Iroquois, I would maybe go into the Chinook and I would go to the Chinook Padlet and read about what the Chinook people found out about their tribe. So you want to be reading the information that was provided by other students. I hope that this video was very informative for you and you will be able to meet our goal of researchers want to use compare and contrast structure when reading nonfiction text to take notes. Remember to look out for those keywords, try your best, and always shine bright. Bye, boys and girls.